It's time once again for That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ, where business becomes show business. Jamie is a leading Tampa Bay real estate agent and featured on the Wall Street Journal's list of top 100 real estate agents in the nation. Jamie invites you to list your home with him today and learn more at tampabayradio.com. Now, live in studio and promoting the entrepreneurial spirit that drives the American economy, your host, Jamie Maloney.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and thanks for tuning in once again to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business, and we're on each weekday morning at 8 a.m., and starting April 25th, we'll be on each weekday morning starting at 7 a.m. So, again, the show is looking for new partners and new sponsors to get involved with the program as part of our move to a 2-hour-a-day format. And again, just like to thank all the listeners and all the business owners and community leaders that have been a part of this program. The show has really become a staple within the Tampa business community. Also, this is Wednesdays. It's our Working Women Wednesdays feature, one of our earliest features since the inception of the show back on February 2nd of last year. And I got the CEO and founder of the organization, Jessica Rivelli, with me this morning as always. Jessica, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jamie.
How's everything going on this fine Wednesday?
Oh, it's great. We had the launch of our 2016 directory last night at Hollywood venue. So we had about 100 women come out and receive their directory. We do this every year. We put together a paper directory, which I know in this day and age probably sounds a little archaic, but we have our online directory, but a lot of our members like to have a paper copy so that they can keep it in their
okay, so all the members are in this,
or their cars, and so everyone was really excited to see it come out yesterday.
Okay, so this is all the members in a central directory. Where can people pick this up?
Well, it's for members only. So that's one of the things that we do is we like to keep the directories within the membership, and so that way they'll use it to help promote business to one another. And by keeping it within the membership, it protects our members from being spammed by, outside interests. So this is kind of something, it's a perk that they get with their membership. They get to be in the directory, and they get a copy of the directory for free as part of their membership.
Very cool.
Something we do every year that I think it also sparks a reminder to them that, we can really be helping one another by sharing business and sharing referrals, and we hope that the directory is a means to make that happen,
Very cool. And you've got 800 plus members now, so I imagine it's quite an extensive list of professionals and a great resource for the members within your group, no doubt.
Yeah, of course. And one thing I said last night is, this is also perfect for you to be able to share, not necessarily share the entire book with someone in your life, but maybe you hear someone at a dinner party saying, "Oh, I really need a new hairstylist," or I need a new accountant. This is a great way for someone to go, "Wait a minute, I have just the book for this."
Right.
And flip through and find someone and be able to give a working woman member that business. So that's what we really hope happens. It's a very extensive list. We have, women all the way from doctors and lawyers all the way to, hairdressers and bakers. So you name a profession, chances are, like you said, one of our 700 members can take care of that, problem in your life.
Now you have an event coming up. We like to promote an event that you do each and every week here on the program. March 23rd, you're doing a lunch with the South Tampa Chamber of Commerce. Tell the community about this.
Yeah, we love partnering with other organizations. And the South Tampa Chamber, I know that you've had Kelly Flannery, who's the president and CEO, on a previous show, and she's just amazing. And so we've partnered with them in the past on women-related events. And so we're partnering this upcoming Wednesday, so 1 week from today, we'll be at Jackson's Bistro with Jessica Muroff, who you've also had on the show, who's the CEO of the Girl Scouts. And she's going to be talking about leading the way and really encouraging both the chamber members and working women of Tampa Bay on how to kind of grow the next generation of female leaders. And I think it's a really important topic right now. Especially with Hillary Clinton, who's going to be, may possibly be up for president. I think you're going to hear a lot of conversations about women and leadership this year, and it really starts with growing them from a very young age. We need to be actively involved in growing young female leaders, and the Girl Scouts does an amazing job at that. And so we're really hoping to hear exactly how they do it and how we can help support them. So once again, that's next Wednesday at Jackson's Bistro from, I think it's 11:30 to 1. All the information is on our website, and our events are always open to non-members. So if you've never been to a Working Women event, and especially if you have a big supporter of the Girl Scouts, this might be a perfect event for you to come out to.
Very cool. Jessica, as always, appreciate the support each Working Women Wednesdays.
Well,
Have a great show, Jamie.
Thank you.
Isn't there a joint event coming?
A joint event. Oh, yes. We're doing that towards the end of the month. That's on, I think it's like March 25th.
30th.
Yeah, networking event between us and the Working Women. I'll pull that back up here in just a second. But we got Jessica off the phone line, and we're ready to bring in our first guest for the program. Robin King, who is the founder of Three Birds Tavern, is joining us this morning. Robin, welcome to the program today.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm happy to be here.
So Three Birds Tavern, tell us a little bit about this. Where's it at, first of all?
Three Birds Tavern is in St. Petersburg. We're on 4th Street North at the corner of 15th Avenue North. So we're at 1492 4th Street North, just 15 blocks north of downtown.
Okay, what's the ambiance of the restaurant like? What are you known for over there?
The restaurant is nearly a 150-year-old farmhouse that was converted into a restaurant about 30 years ago now. And it's a big old 2-story brick farmhouse with a full basement, full attic, surrounded by 100-year-old oak trees. And we have a wraparound porch and 2 patios. So we're known for our outdoor seating, first of all. It's kind of got a home atmosphere where you feel like you're in someone's home, possibly entertaining. And it has comfort food, classic American comfort food, but sometimes with a modern twist.
And you and your husband come from a legal background. Your husband was a litigation attorney.
He was in Ohio, and I worked with him the last 10 years at the law firm before we moved to Florida in 2009.
Is he still involved in the law practice?
No.
Are you both running the restaurant now?
He says he's a recovering attorney
attorney. So why did he leave? Why did you all leave the legal business and go into the restaurant business? Seems like a 180 right there.
Yeah, he decided in 2008 that he wanted to wind down his legal practice, in part just because of a change in the profession and in part age too. And we were in Ohio at the time, and we were definitely interested in getting to better weather. So we did a lot of research in different areas in Florida, California, even out of the country. We considered Belize, Arizona, and eventually we tuned into the Tampa Bay area and chose St. Pete. And when talking about what we wanted to do, I knew I wanted to do something, and he kind of told me it was my turn to do something and that he would support me. And I had worked in the hospitality industry when I was young, and it was one of those situations where you felt like after you were done with school, you needed to use your education. I was the first generation to go to college in my family, so I kind of put the hospitality industry on the back burner. And but it was a passion.
So you came from Ohio to St. Petersburg?
We did in 2009.
Why did you choose St. Petersburg?
Well, again, we did a lot of research, and we were looking for weather. So, it's the sunniest city in the country. And we liked the fact that we had an international airport. We had professional sports franchises. We are both really big sports fans. And we also liked the fact that we were close to the beach, but St.
There it
Pete
is.
itself
I knew it was coming.
But St. Pete and Tampa offered urban things that we were used to with Pittsburgh and Cleveland as well. So it wasn't like we were just, going to the beach forever. We still had the things that a major metropolitan area could offer too. So we felt like it offered the best of all worlds.
Okay, so what's in the name, Three Birds Tavern? Where's that come from?
Three Birds Tavern, very interesting. It comes from the Bob Marley song, Three Little Birds, and which really, I listened to a lot of music during a really rough part of my life in 2004, where ultimately I ended up losing my mother. And that was Bob Marley music was one of the things I listened to while I traveled a lot in the car. And as we looked at over 30 commercial properties in the Tampa Bay area, and one day while we were contemplating both residential and commercial property for our purchase in late 2008, I was sitting on the porch at what is now Three Birds Tavern as a customer, and my husband was with our realtor actually in a confidential meeting about another business that they only allowed one person to come on. And there was a jukebox there at the time, and Three Little Birds came on, and amongst the oak trees, there are telephone lines, and I looked up and there were 3 birds sitting on the telephone line while I was sitting there. And when my husband and the broker came back to 3 birds, I told them that this is the property I wanted to buy, and I was going to name it something close to the Bob Marley song because of that. I just felt like it was meant to be.
Perfect fit for St. Pete, too, man.
Yeah,
That whole
agree.
place has that vibe going.
Yeah. So in the 7 years that you've owned the restaurant, what's some of the key things that you've learned from being a restaurant owner?
Thick skin.
Yeah.
Develop thick skin.
A lot of people think they can run a restaurant because they know how to cook, but there's so much more to it from what I've been told. I've never run a restaurant, so I don't know. I've never even worked in a kitchen or as a server, so I know nothing
as a
about the
dishwasher.
restaurant. Yeah, I know nothing about the food industry. But, I mean, from
You know,
your perspective?
without my husband's partnership, I'm not sure I would have made it all these years, because he really taught me to take my passion and how to develop that, but how to remove the emotion from the business decisions. So he's helped make the big business decisions while taking advantage of my passion for the industry, but how to remove the passion and or emotion when you need to make the tough decisions. So
what's going on at Three Birds Tavern? We have St. Patrick's Day here around the
this
corner.
is our biggest month of the year. March is our biggest month of the year.
Okay.
In combination with the Grand Prix event and St. Patrick's Day and spring break, come together and form what is our biggest month of the year, which is March. The race date was changed this year to before St. Patrick's Day. It's normally after, so it's been an interesting dynamic, but we still had a great week last year. But tomorrow is our biggest day of the year, St. Patrick's Day. My husband is Irish, so...
Any specials? Any green
absolutely.
beer? Do you have the green
we
beer?
do not do green beer.
No green beer?
We don't do... That's... Yeah, as a true Irishman, he doesn't like green beer. We are open 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. We have live entertainment from 3 to 11. We have music. We have the Irish dancers coming at 6 p.m., which is probably the most popular part of the day, where we have probably 500 to 600 people gathered around watching the performance. And we have Irish food all day until it lasts: corned beef, cottage pie, Scotch eggs, all the things, and we run out, so until it lasts.
Very good. Now, your restaurant also spawned a line of sauces that are now in some of the big box stores. I want to talk about that. Yes, we'll talk about that when we come back from the break and how you got those into the stores, and a little bit more about the sauces too. Currently talking to Robin King, founder and co-owner of Three Birds Tavern, and you can learn more about this, threebirdstavern.com. You're listening to the Working Woman Wednesdays feature of That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Hi, my name is Jamie Maloney. I'm the host of That Business Show, a radio show that works with business professionals to get them on air. Starting April 25th, That Business Show is expanding to air 2 hours a day from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and will work with a select group of business professionals to enhance their community exposure, branding, and credibility. That Business Show's branding package offers businesses and organizations a cost-effective package which includes regular on-air appearances, followed up with an edited video of the appearance and press release, along with daily audio and video commercials, social media management and development, monthly networking event, professional photography, and much more. Only a 3-month commitment is required, and you will have a lifetime of benefits, including a collection of videos that will not only save you time answering the same questions over and over again, but will also enhance the SEO of your website. In addition, you will become part of a network of professionals with the ability to request introductions to any of the guests that come through this program. I only have a limited number of packages available to sell, so act now. Call me today at 813-760-8516 or email me, jamie@tampabayradio.com, to get on board today. Again, that's 813-760-8516 or jamie@tampabayradio.com. Tampa Bay weather is a roof killer. That's why when getting your roof done, you want it done right. Hi, I'm Jamie Maloney of That Business Show. When considering a new roof or repair, talk to Westfall Roofing. They've been installing high-quality roofs in Tampa Bay for over 25 years. Get a free, no-obligation estimate by calling 855-99-ROOFING. That's 855-99-ROOFING. Find out what already 15,000 satisfied customers already know. Call now, 855-99-ROOFING. In an age when the good and the better vie for attention, it is the best that stands out. The best of Tampa Bay from Proudly Florida is the love story for the city of Tampa, celebrating success, sharing achievements, a tribute to enterprise and community spirit. Let Proudly Florida showcase your business to your city, your nation, and the world. For more information, email info@proudlyflorida.com and be sure to visit proudlyflorida.com.
Have you ever tried to buy a home for your family only to find out that you don't qualify for a mortgage loan? You thought that after 20 years as a customer of your bank, They would help you when you needed it the most, right? Unfortunately, the banks of today are not the banks of our parents and grandparents, and our relationships with them just don't matter anymore. My name is Frank Cotto, and I'm the president of the Lincoln Lending Group. We all may need a bank, but we also need a Frank. And that's what I'm here to do for you today. Lincoln Lending Group will waive all of your lending fees, which include your mortgage, application fee, your underwriting fee, processing fees, and any bank points. Just call 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee.
Teresa Turner is a certified public accountant and the founder of Tax Happens, a boutique-style CPA firm providing small businesses and individuals with hands-on, personalized tax and accounting services. Although we would love to tell you how happy their clients are, we would like you to see for yourself. Tax Happens has 21 Google reviews and a 4.8-star Google rating, 17 Yelp reviews, and a 5-star Yelp rating, 38 Facebook reviews, and a 4.9-star Facebook rating. What sets Tax Happens apart is number 1, upfront pricing, 2, clear deadlines, 3, personally available year-round, and number 4, a willingness to empower clients to do as much or as little as they desire. Visit taxhappens.com for more information.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Taseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktaseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. Rick Taseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project.
From the Bright House Networks Traffic Center.
From the RP Funding Traffic Network in Pinellas County, there's now an accident at Roosevelt and US 19. And we still have a vehicle fire blocking the exit ramp from westbound on I-4 to State Road 33 in Polk County. This traffic report is brought to you by Staples. Staples has low prices every day. And with Staples Price Match Guarantee, you'll always get the lowest price on everything you need at your office. Price Match good at checkout for items from online and in-store retailers or products sold and shipped by Amazon. See store or staples.com for details. Staples, make more happen. Daisy Ash News Radio 970 WFLA.
This report is brought to you by Think It Up.
Hi, I'm Nick Jonas, and I'm here to tell you about Think It Up, a new initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join us at thinkitup.org.
Today, patchy, dense fog in the morning, then overcast, high near 80. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 68. Tomorrow, fog in the morning, then a 10% rain chance, high 80.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And welcome back to the Working Woman Wednesdays feature of That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. And that business show networking mixer that's going on between us and the Working Women of Tampa Bay Network Group, that's actually going on Wednesday, March 30th here at the iHeart Studios located at 4002 West Gandy Boulevard. Again, from 5:30 to 7 o'clock in the evening, and you can register for that workingwomenoftampabay.com. Non-members can show up and meet me and Jessica and many other different people for $15. Working Women members get that for $10.
This is also the first joint event between you and...
We did one last year. Yeah, we did one
Okay.
last year. This is the second annual Working Women That Business Show mixer.
Is this going to be a yearly thing?
We try to do it more often, but we're both so busy. We finally got squeezed in another networking event between the two of us here at the station. So, yeah, it's coming up March 30th.
You can't slack and lead by example at the same time.
We're both just so involved in so many different events and stuff. So just finally got that one in there, though. Yeah, but March 30th, more information on that over at workingwomenoftampabay.com. Currently talking to Robin King, founder and co-owner of Three Birds Tavern. You can learn more about this, threebirdstavern.com. And Robin, you have a line of sauces that have come out of the restaurant business. First off, tell us about these sauces.
Absolutely. I launched Out of the Weeds late in 2014, which is a line of condiments that have been developed in the kitchen of Three Birds Tavern. We have a scratch kitchen, And the sauces and the dips and the dressings were so popular there that we decided to look into what manufacturing was like and if it was something that was a possibility.
And these are your own concoctions, so to speak. And then they became very popular, and you noticed the demand, and you decided to
Customers were
productize
actually
it.
asking for the dressings to go in soup containers.
Okay, so you have 3 here.
I started with 3,
okay.
correct.
And what's your product line consist of today? Is it still just 3?
It's the 3, but I have 11 products that I'm working with right now to launch hopefully this year.
Oh, incredible. And you've gotten these into, was it Winn-Dixie?
I'm in 160 Winn-Dixie stores throughout
incredible.
Florida and in the talks with 3 other major retailers.
How were you able to get your
now.
product into Winn-Dixie?
We pitched. Winn-Dixie was bought by Southeastern Grocers early last year, and in that, the new owners came in and made a commitment to support locally produced products throughout their area, the southeastern part of the United States. And they afforded us the opportunity to pitch to their buyers last summer. So I actually pitched here in Tampa to a panel of 30 different people within the company. And I was chosen initially to be a part of the Tampa region and then throughout Florida. And then they just opened a brand new prototype store in Jacksonville. Rumor is there might be one coming to Tampa soon. And they selected me to be a part of less than 20 products throughout Georgia and Florida to be a part of the new prototype store. So very exciting. So I have my.
How difficult was it to get into the Winn-Dixie? You just had to do a pitch, and that was
Oh
it.
no,
Or was there
tons of paperwork.
Okay, there's a lot. I imagine it had to be a lot more before this. Okay.
It took months of email work, in-person work, meetings, the pitch, providing all kinds of information. You have to have your FDA approval. You have to have proper liability insurance and things like that. So it was a long process.
Wow, incredible. So tell us about those different sauces that you have here. I see one that says carrot. Is that carrot ginger? What is that?
I started with 3 products, and I bottled 3 of the most popular, but also products that were shelf stable. I also make refrigerated dressings and sauces at 3 Birds, but we started with shelf stable products, meaning that they don't have to be refrigerated until after opening. And I have a carrot ginger, which is the most popular. And this recipe goes back to 1982 with me. I've been making this, and it's a Southeastern Asian influence because I studied in Indonesia for a year, and I learned how to make a twist on this sauce. It's been tweaked over the years.
A past guest brought me a carrot hot sauce. So I didn't know the carrot was it could be used for so many different sauces.
Very versatile. It's a very versatile
More than
vegetable.
just cake, dude.
Yeah. I don't even like carrot cake either. But.
The carrot ginger is not only great as a salad dressing, but a marinade, and it's one of our most popular wing sauces at 3 Birds Tavern. We toss wings in it. So it's great. It has a kick. It has some jalapeno in it, cilantro. It's a very flavorful dressing. I have a roasted beet vinaigrette that kind of has a cult following, actually. Beets are one of those things you either love or you don't. We do roast beets in-house. We use them on our salads. We make hummus out of beets at 3 Birds Tavern. And we eventually started the roasted beet vinaigrette was actually developed at 3 Birds Tavern, not an old recipe of mine. The roasted beet vinaigrette is very popular amongst health food or health conscious diners and attracts people in on that. So we bottled that. And then I have a roasted tomato vinaigrette that is also, we use as a flatbread sauce at the restaurant, use it to marinate steaks, pork, and then as a grill baster as well for both protein and vegetables.
And these can be found in the Winn-Dixie stores?
In Winn-Dixie stores around you. And if you're at a grocer, your local grocer doesn't carry them, ask for them, because I'm sure I'm talking to the companies of your local grocer at this time.
And you can also pick them up at outoftheweeds.com.
And at 3 Birds.
And at 3 Birds. Let me take a quick break. I got a little bit more with Robin King, founder and co-owner of 3 Birds Tavern on That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Hi, welcome to Yeager's. We just want to take a minute and show you what we're all about. At Yeager's, our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring type products, hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tiles, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting, how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
Doesn't happen by accident. Alert today, alive tomorrow. A message from the Florida Department of Transportation.
From the RP Funding Traffic Network.
Police on scene of a crash on Roosevelt at US 19. This one affecting the lanes of East Bay and Roosevelt. Also southbound I-75 a bit slow approaching I-4. Southbound 275 a bit slow between Fletcher Avenue and Sly. See traffic problems, call the injury firm of Abrahamson Utica. Hillsborough traffic tip line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Bill Curry Ford.
Tampa Bay is making the switch to Bill Curry Ford.
I saw the car, I took it for a test drive, and after that it was about 60 minutes. I can't wait to drive home my new car from Bill Curry Ford.
Great prices and a great experience, only at Bill Curry Ford.
1250 winds weather center forecast. Warm afternoon once again. We'll see low mid 80s for the high. Lots of sunshine today. Tonight's low in the lower 60s. Similar day tomorrow, then we'll see some rain Friday in the forecast. A little cooler weekend with the front coming, rain on Saturday, and mid-upper 70s, low 70s Sunday. Impact Radio 1250 winds.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And welcome back to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Currently talk with Robin King, founder and co-owners of Three Birds Tavern. You can learn more about them at threebirdstavern.com, and also pick up one of her delicious sauces over at outoftheweeds.com, in addition to the over 160 Winn-Dixie locations across the southeast region here. Now, Robin, another thing I wanted to bring up is you're part of the Sauceology Group. That was one of the ways you got these sauces to market. So tell the community about this resource, the Sauceology Group.
Absolutely. One of my friends, Michelle Northrup, is the Saucy Queen, and we started carrying her hot sauce, Carrot Karma, at Three Birds as a table condiment. And as my relationship built with her, I talked about her experiences in the industry and eventually started discussing with her my ideas to get into the food manufacturing part of my business. And she told me that they were in the process of formulating the Sauceology Group. So that's how that relationship spawned. So my co-packer, my manufacturer for Out of the Weeds, is in Clearwater, and it's called the Sauceology Group. And the Saucy Queen, who has a line of Intensity Academy dressings and sauces, is a part of Sauceology. So that's how I made that connection.
Yeah, she's a great friend of the show. And when she was here, she brought in crackers with some sauce on it.
Yeah.
And I totally tried to play it like, I'm a tough guy and I ate it. I went through like 3 bottles of water. But her stuff is really good.
Yeah, we have it on the tables at Three Birds, and we sell out of it all the time.
Yeah, and Michelle's going to be a guest this Friday, as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
she's
she'll
back
be
on
here
the show.
Friday.
Yeah, she's back on the show, and she was the winner of the...
I need to order another case of water then.
yeah, be ready, yes. She was also the winner of the Working Women of the Year Award at the first annual That Business Show Awards dinner. So, yeah, Michelle Northrup, the Saucy Queen, and also a creator of this Sauceology Group. And people can learn about this at thesauceologygroup.com for anybody out there with a product that's trying to get it to market.
Shelf-to-shelf, we call it.
Yeah,
and Michelle's a great resource for that.
Yeah, so an excellent resource for getting your product to market here in the Tampa Bay region. Again, just visit thesauceologygroup.com. Real quick, Robin, what's next, or I should say, what's the outlook for your restaurant in the next few years at Three Birds Tavern?
We keep growing every month, every week. It gets bigger and bigger, and we just want to get better at what we do and continue. We're really a local place. We're not a tourist place, so to continue to build our relationship with our local guests and embrace the crazy growth that St. Pete is seeing right now.
No, congratulations very much on the success and also on the sauces. Again, that was Robin King, founder and co-owner of Three Birds Tavern, and you can learn more about this over at threebirdstavern.com, and also you can pick up her sauces over at outoftheweeds.com. Time to bring in my next guest for the program. I have Kelly Rexroad, who is the founder of Crex Consulting, and she was also the recipient of Tampa Bay's HR Consultant of the Year Award. Kelly, welcome to the program today.
Hey, thanks, Jamie. I love being here and bringing KREX Consulting information forward.
So this is a change of topic. We went from restaurants. Now we're going to talk about HR a little bit. One of our favorite topics as business owners, the world of human resources. And so let's talk a little bit about some tips for hiring effectively. What is one of the key things when you're putting out, a proposal for a new position?
Right. So what I find is that business owners struggle with what they're looking for. So if you don't know what you're looking for, anybody will fit. And that doesn't necessarily mean that's great for your business. So really defining exactly what it is you need and who's going to grow with you over the next 3 to 5 years is key, whether it's your first employee or whether it's an employee you're looking for and you've been in business 5
But so many
10
job
years.
descriptions you see are kind of written in a vague, general
boring.
sense. I mean, should they be very specific versus the general, vague? You need to be a good multitasker. You need to be, on time. Just the basic,
Right.
obvious stuff.
So job descriptions are a legal document that companies need, but how you advertise needs to be something else. And I believe it really needs to be tied to the values of the business owner. So if the business owner wants somebody full of integrity, full of enthusiasm, somebody who can work in ambiguity, then that's what they ought to put in there. You can teach technical skills, but finding that fit for your business can be the tough piece.
Now, how does a business owner, once they have a candidate in the seat, the hot seat across from them, how do they interview effectively? What are some of the questions they should ask? What are some of the things they should stay away from?
Yeah, definitely. Let's start with that staying away from. So we get into a chit chat with our candidates, and at times we end up getting ourselves in trouble with that. So the next thing you know, you're talking about childcare and age and sexual orientation and marital status, and all those are off the books.
So you want to stay away from the personal discussion, although it's just
Absolutely.
natural for us to gravitate towards a personal discussion because we're all humans. We like to know each other
Exactly.
on a personal level, but you got to stay away from those things. So what are effective questions that you should ask then as a business owner?
Yeah, so questions directly related to that job description. I will need you to be here every weekend working till 8 o'clock at night. Are you able to do that? And that's one of my favorite questions to ask. If you think you're getting in trouble, look at the list of tasks that the person's going to be doing and use those 3 little words. Are you able? And if you can say, are you able to work late every night? Are you able to be here at 8 o'clock in the morning? Are you able to work Excel like magic? And then be able to have an assessment on whether they can really do that.
What's the question that you hate to hear being asked, in a typical interview?
I make managers raise their right hand and swear that they will never ask, tell me about yourself. Because it's a lazy question.
It is, yes, it is.
It also opens up the personal thing too, right?
Yeah.
It does. And what I like to replace it with is to start at the beginning of the application or resume and say, how'd you get that job? What was your favorite thing about it? Why'd you leave? How'd you get your next job?
So stay away from the general, tell me about yourself. It opens up too many doors, and obviously you can go down the personal path, which could lead you into some trouble down the road.
And applicants go into their story, and that's not why they're there. They're there to interview for the job.
Very interesting. Now, tell me about the history of KRX Consulting. How did you have you always been involved in HR?
No, I'm a corporate dropout. I was in flight simulation for many years and then moved from the FAA to the FDA and worked with Cardinal Health and had the opportunity to travel many countries with them at their corporate office. We were relocated here out of Maryland and came down here to Tampa. Took that job. They moved us up to Ohio. So Robin and I have that in common with Ohio. And then we moved back here when we had a chance to be able to move back, still with Cardinal Health. So they moved us away and moved us back. And it was just time to really have a community. So I saw a need and
you said flight
KRX
simulations. Are you a pilot or instructor?
I'm not. I worked in HR and organizational
Okay, so the
communications.
HR I just thought you were in a separate career there, Lee. You said that.
Yeah, not totally, but still people.
Still in the people business.
Yeah,
Interesting. And you're a contributor to the Fox News station with in the realm of HR. How did you land that gig?
Yeah, actually a phone call came in from Neil Cavuto's producer who asked if I would speak about this was the past presidential election as to how that worked with Hillary. There was some pressure on her to get out of the business of the election. And so they said, how do people do that? What are the signs that come through in the corporate world? So he happened to call right on my birthday. And it was just a really fun birthday to be able to go down and be live on national TV.
Oh, and so now you're a contributor to the Fox News station in the world of HR. So congratulations on that. Now, as a small business owner, we all wear the same, all these different hats, and HR is one of the ones we wear by default.
Right.
And a lot of us don't even know anything about HR. I mean, it's a 4-year degree that you can get in college, and here the average business owner knows none of this stuff. What are some of the basic compliance things that a business professional needs to know about when they become, an employer of somebody else?
Yeah, people ask me when does HR start? It's when you put two people in a room is when it really starts. But you need to be very cognizant of the discrimination laws right from your first hire. You also need to be compliant with your posters, which you can get free right off the floridajobs.org. So you don't even need to go buy them.
What posters are required?
So there's minimum wage posters if you have children. There's discrimination posters. You want your workers' comp posters up. There's a series of them.
These are supposed to be hung in your place of business?
Of business, yeah.
And somewhere where people can see them so they're not hidden behind some wall somewhere. So those are big items. The other big one would be I-9 forms, which is the form that must be completed within 72 hours of someone being hired. It's very important because it says that they are legally eligible to work.
The I-9 form, okay.
I-9 form.
Now, if you have a payroll service, do they handle the I-9 forms?
No, not generally.
Okay, so how would you get an I-9 form?
So when you bring the employee aboard on their first day, you have 72 hours to have that form completed.
And where could somebody right now who has never heard of the I-9, where would they go right now?
Yeah, they can just Google actually I-9 form. And there's I'm going to sound very government right now, but there's actually a very helpful book. It's called the M274. How's that for a government word?
Okay.
Which is the Employer's Guide to the I-9. But it really helps them. It does.
Yeah, it sounds like a missile, yeah.
But it helps them, it helps business owners see what's the proper document that I'm looking at. Employees need to bring identification, and then it gets completed because you're attesting that you've seen it, and they're eligible with a reasonable man clause to be able to work.
Now, there's some upcoming changes that are down the pipeline with regard to HR practices in the area in Florida. What are some of those things that are being talked about right now? What should people be aware of?
The big one is involving overtime. So, if you will, every job becomes what they call non-exempt. That's how it starts. And there are two tests that must be passed by that. The first one, people need to make $455 a week. That number is changing to close to $1,000 a week. So what that means is that anyone making we don't have the final number yet, but we anticipate it in July, anybody making about that $1,000 and below will need to be paid overtime for any time over 40 hours in a work week. That's a huge change. That's a big jump for people. So it's really important to look at those job descriptions. Make sure that people are doing work that might not be considered exempt. So it used to be, you went to college, so you're a professional. That's not so true
But this is on the table, right? This has not become law. Am I correct?
It is moving forward. It was a memorandum from the president to the Department of Labor. The Department of Labor is
so it's something that's
change.
not official yet, but it looks like it's going to be official in July.
They've received almost 500,000 comments from businesses about it, and we were anticipating it to come true in November, but it looks like it's.
Where's a good resource
to
learn about this and track this from a business for a business professional out there?
Well, I always tweet it out and put it on Facebook, and it's on my LinkedIn page as well. But I also just going to the Department of Labor fact sheet on overtime changes.
Okay, and that's a good talking point for when we come back from the break. The exempt versus non-exempt employees, because that's something that you can get in trouble with. And whenever I talk to different business owners, they can't really explain the difference between the two. They think they know, but then in practice, they're really making a mistake. So it's a good talking point when we come back from the break. Currently talking to Kelly Rexroad, founder of KREX Consulting. You can learn more about this at krexconsulting.com. You're listening to That Business Show, Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Hi, my name is Jamie Maloney. I'm the host of That Business Show, a radio show that works with business professionals to get them on air. Starting April 25th, That Business Show is expanding to air 2 hours a day from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and will work with a select group of business professionals to enhance their community exposure, branding, and credibility. That Business Show's branding package offers businesses and organizations a cost-effective package which includes regular on-air appearances, followed up with an edited video of the appearance and press release, along with daily audio and video commercials, social media management and development, monthly networking event, professional photography, and much more. Only a 3-month commitment is required, and you will have a lifetime of benefits, including a collection of videos that will not only save you time answering the same questions over and over again, but will also enhance the SEO of your website. In addition, you will become part of a network of professionals with the ability to request introductions to any of the guests that come through this program. I only have a limited number of packages available to sell, so act now. Call me today at 813-760-8516 or email me, jamie@tampabayradio.com, to get on board today. Again, that's 813-760-8516 or jamie@tampabayradio.com. Tampa Bay weather is a roof killer. That's why when getting your roof done, you want it done right. Hi, I'm Jamie Maloney of That Business Show. When considering a new roof or repair, talk to Westfall Roofing. They've been installing high-quality roofs in Tampa Bay for over 25 years. Get a free, no-obligation estimate by calling 855-99-ROOFING. That's 855-99-ROOFING. Find out what already 15,000 satisfied customers already know. Call now, 855-99-ROOFING. In an age when the good and the better vie for attention, it is the best that stands out. The best of Tampa Bay from Proudly Florida is the love story for the city of Tampa, celebrating success, sharing achievements, a tribute to enterprise and community spirit. Let Proudly Florida showcase your business to your city, your nation, and the world. For more information, email info@proudlyflorida.com and be sure to visit proudlyflorida.com.
Have you ever tried to buy a home for your family only to find out that you don't qualify for a mortgage loan? You thought that after 20 years as a customer of your bank, they would help you when you needed it the most, right? Unfortunately, the banks of today are not the banks of our parents and grandparents, and our relationships with them just don't matter anymore. My name is Frank Cotto, and I'm the president of the Lincoln Lending Group. We all may need a bank, but we also need a Frank, and that's what I'm here to do for you today. Lincoln Lending Group will waive all of your lending fees, which include your mortgage, application fee, your underwriting fee, processing fees, and any bank points. Just call 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee.
Teresa Turner is a certified public accountant and the founder of Tax Happens, a boutique-style CPA firm providing small businesses and individuals with hands-on, personalized tax and accounting services. Although we would love to tell you how happy their clients are, we would like you to see for yourself. Tax Happens has 21 Google reviews and a 4.8-star Google rating, 17 Yelp reviews, and a 5-star Yelp rating, 38 Facebook reviews, and a 4.9-star Facebook rating. What sets Tax Happens apart is number 1, upfront pricing, 2, clear deadlines, 3, personally available year-round, and number 4, a willingness to empower clients to do as much or as little as they desire. Visit taxhappens.com for more information.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Taseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktaseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. Rick Taseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project.
From the RP Funding Traffic Network.
Crash in the Temple Terrace area on Fowler Avenue and 56th Street. Also one in Largo on Roosevelt Boulevard at US 19. Interstate's looking a whole lot better. No major delays to report. Some minor ones on southbound 275 between Fowler Avenue and Sly, and southbound Veterans Expressway still a bit slow between Limebaugh and Waters. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Uderick. Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Unbound. There's a girl in El Salvador who dreams of becoming an engineer. There's an elder in Uganda who dreams of having a community to call his own. No two dreams are the same. Help one person achieve theirs at unbound.org. That's unbound.org.
Today, patchy dense fog in the morning, then overcast, high near 80. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 68. Tomorrow, fog in the morning, then a 10% rain chance, high 80.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And welcome back to the program, everybody. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney. where business becomes show business. Currently talking to Kelly Rexroad, founder of K-Rex Consulting. You can learn more about this, krexconsulting.com. And Kelly, I wanted to touch briefly here because we don't have a lot of time, but the importance of knowing the difference between exempt and non-exempt versus and how it applies to overtime and not having to pay overtime. Because a lot of people put somebody in what they call a salary position and they think, oh, they work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I don't have to pay them any overtime. Explain this to the business owners.
So the biggest thing to remember is one way is how you pay people. The second way is the classification of the job. So exempt and non-exempt is about the classification of the job. So every job starts as non-exempt, and then it must pass an exemption test. And the best way to learn about those exemption tests, besides calling me, would be the Department of Labor's fact sheets on the exemptions. They have some very good, helpful data on there. And so what it means is that then I will be exempt from being paid overtime. So anybody who is non-exempt and in a non-exempt position means they must be paid time and a half for over 40 hours a week.
And I made the mistake early on of thinking just by called somebody a salary and had them work 9 to 5 that they were an exempt employee.
Right.
But when it was put to the test, I was wrong, and I come to find out that most people do qualify for overtime, and it's a very a narrow line right there between exempt and non-exempt right there.
Right, and you can have salaried non-exempt employees, but they still need to be able to have earned time and a half over 40 hours.
And so if in doubt, you should definitely consult with a person in HR so you don't get burned. It's one of those things out there they can get you with. So if you fire an employee, they can come back against you with unpaid overtime.
Exactly.
The defense.
And some penalties and interest.
Yes, so something to watch out for out there. Now, you're also a HR coach. Talk to us about these services.
Sure. I do executive coaching, and I also help with career coaching. So if you go to my website at krexconsulting.com, there's actually, and go to the Coach tab, there's a free assessment there. I use a scientific-based assessment, not personality, not behaviors, but thought processes that let us know how do you come to the decisions you come to. And then I help those folks polish the rough edges, if you will. But I help businesses take their already high performers and help them be accountable to even a higher level.
Okay, so do you offer, I guess, HR consulting on demand for the business owner who doesn't want to employ like a full-time HR professional?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll come in. I do compliance audits sometimes just to let them come up to date and make sure they don't know what they don't know. It's a very tricky world. It used to be very easy, and it's not anymore. I mean, it's hard to stay on top of it even as a professional to know.
Okay, and so you have this assessment on your website. What's the assessment do? Does it just kind of rate how well you're doing in HR within your own business?
Oh, no. This is one that takes your thought processes, not about HR, but your thought processes themselves. And that's part of the executive coaching piece I do.
Okay.
So I use that also when we're doing career coaching because I want people to know what thoughts are in their head that are self-sabotaging their success.
Very good.
And for business owners, many times if they've moved from one career to another, they have habits they brought forward to them. And what got us where we are today isn't what's going to take us where we're going because we knew how to read in grade school. We read at a different level today. Same thing's true for business skills, management skills, potential inside of us.
Okay. We got a few minutes left. Let's talk about some tips for people in the job market from the other side of the spectrum, the people that are seeking the jobs.
Yeah.
You've reviewed probably countless resumes through the years. What are some tips for job seekers from an HR perspective?
Yeah. Well, first of all, the numbers just came out this week, and if you're not working, there's jobs out there. Everybody's looking for people. So the opportunity is there that perhaps hadn't been there before. One of the first things is have a good resume. Get rid of your objective. Your objective on your resume is to find a job because we know you have a resume. So get rid of that and write down a profile summary. Tell me who you are. Tell me what you can do technically and tell me what makes you different than the average person showing up. That's the first thing. Second thing is a strong cover letter. With Google and all the technology out there today, you should be able to address a letter directly to somebody for a job that they want.
Cover letters, should they be specific to the position that you're applying for? The resume will be kind of interchanged depending on the job, but the cover letter needs to be changed depending on who's getting the resume, correct?
Yeah, well, actually, Jamie, I really believe in having one resume because that's who you are. These are the skills you bring and to write it proactively for what it is you wish to do in the future. How are you going to take everything you know and it's spun, but professionally in a way that gets you the kind of position
the resume
you want.
stays consistent.
But the cover letter
changes.
Absolutely.
And the cover letter is what? Just your basically why you should have this particular position? Is that
what you will contribute to that position?
Okay.
What they're trying to do is solve a problem. Get a person in there who's qualified, who will stick. And so the more you can do that, the better.
And also on a resume, I've heard this debated before. How many pages should a resume be? Should it just be the one page?
No.
Okay.
Especially
is it acceptable to be more?
Absolutely. A couple pages are really great to be able to do that.
Does that change in different industries? Because when I was in school, they were like one page is fine. I mean,
well, but that was in school. Now you've got a lot of experience, right?
When I was getting out of school, going into my first job, coming out of school, they recommended one page. Is there a difference between different industries, or is that
not so much? It's really just how you want to package it. I mean, I haven't seen that, and what you're involved in. I mean, community organizations should be on there. Leadership work that you've done in the community should be on there. Honors you've received. Things that set you apart from the next person who's coming in.
What's the number one mistake then that you see on resumes?
That objective summary piece, and also not putting their contact information on a second page, because what will happen is somebody will print it off, somebody will pick up the first page, and then the second page is missing, and then people aren't sure who it is or how to get in touch with them. So those two simple little things, making sure you've got a strong profile summary and you've got your contact information on the second page is key.
No, good information and another great show. Thank you, Kelly Rexroad, founder of K-Rex Consulting, for being in here on this Working Women Wednesdays feature.
Great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And again, you can learn more about her over at krexconsulting.com. And also thank you to Robin King, founder and co-owner of Three Birds Tavern. And you can learn more about her at threebirdstavern.com, and also about how to get some of her sauces over at outoftheweeds.com. And also thanks to Jessica Rivelli, CEO and founder of the Working Women of Tampa Bay Networking Group. Learn more about them over at workingwomenoftampabay.com. Also, be sure to connect with me on all the different social media sites. You'll find me pretty much all over the social media spectrum. Facebook.com/That Business Show. Also, Twitter under Jamie_Maloney. And be sure to visit TampaBayRadio.com. All shows available on demand, and you can get in touch with me through the contact form over on that website as well. You've been listening to That Business Show. Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
The opinions, viewpoints, and problems